Hello 3DS owners. Today, I'm going to give you some news you might not want to hear. That 3DS you bought either as far back as when it came out for $250, or recently if you got, like, let's just say the cost reduced 2DS or the normal 3DS or the 3DS XL. And if you're planning on buying a 3DS for, like, let's just say Christmas, if you're planning on asking somebody to get you a 3DS for Christmas or something like that, or of course, let's be honest, if something happened, like let's just say you bought your 3DS last week, keep in mind, this next news is important. Nintendo is ditching the 3DS. Let's be honest here. They already are. They're coming out with a console which in typical Nintendo modern day marketing fashion is called the new 3DS, which is going to be different from your old 3DS. Now, when you first look at it, it looks like just another hardware revision. I mean, let's be honest, the only real difference you can see when you look at first is the fact that it has colored buttons, similar to the Super Famicom, Xbox 360, Sega Dreamcast, well actually all Xbox consoles pretty much, and that stuff. And I mean, it even has the same colors as the Super Nintendo controller. But then you realize that this is a whole new console. For example, the new 3DS, and of course there's going to be an XL version at launch too. The new 3DS XL are going to have Amiibo technology built in. So remember that attempt at Skylanders Nintendo's trying to do on the Wii U? Well, it's coming to your handheld as well. Now you can expect 3DS games, and maybe even some that are hardcore-ish, I'm not sure, to have this technology built in. The SD slot is removed and replaced by a micro SD slot hidden underneath the battery cover. Gee, what does that sound like? Oh wait, a cell phone. And on the right side of the console, there is now an extremely tiny analog stick that is a pain from what it looks like in the image to use. I mean, let's be honest here, it's only about the size of a button, and that's their new analog stick. So if you were expecting the two big-sized analog nubs or sticks of the Circle Pad Pro or the PlayStation Vita, too bad. The console also has the buttons on the back changed. Now there is a ZR and ZL button in the exact same spots as they were on the original Wii Classic controller. It also supposedly has better 3D technology. And of course it has better battery life. But, you see, this isn't the main thing with this console. Because after all, from what I've told you, it sounds just like a 3DS hardware revision. It sounds just like a slim PS2. It sounds just like the 360S or 360E. It just sounds like the PSP 2000. Well, get this. It's not the same as the 3DS. So the new 3DS, as Nintendo is calling it currently, features, well, a faster processor. Now, this allows for a lot of things. For example, a faster user interface in the main menu, for example. But it also allows for the 3DS to have games it couldn't handle in the past. So Xenoblade Chronicles, that Wii game that was infamously being sold for $100 on Amazon used, is now going to be on your 3DS. Of course, the new 3DS that is, because if you have the old 3DS, too bad, you can't play this game. You'll have to actually go out and purchase a brand new 3DS just to play this game. And keep in mind, the 3DS has only been on the market for 3 years. So, if you went through several 3DSs, like let's just say buying an XL because you wanted the bigger screen, for example, well, too bad. Your XL is already out of date. You'll now have to buy a brand new 3DS if you want to play the new and hottest games. Now let's be honest here, we have no idea what the specs are because just like the Wii U, Nintendo is keeping everybody in a black hole. They're not telling anybody what the specs of this new system are, other than the fact that it's got all these new gimmicky features, such as a circle pad that is extremely small, like about as small as the Call of Duty Ghosts or Halo 4 player base. The game system is designed for kids too, as for example, there's a web filter in place that has to be removed by paying 30 cents with a credit card. Yes, that's right, a credit card. So if you don't have a credit card, too bad, you can't accidentally stumble on Pokemon Rule 34 at night anymore. Or if you're buying this for the kid, then you won't have to worry about him stumbling on Pokemon Rule 34 at night either. I'm going to be pretty honest with you though. One of the things I don't like about Nintendo handhelds is their whole bizarre release structure for them. With the Game Boy Color, which was a stopgap console that lasted only a few years. And then you had the DSi. I mean, they didn't do this during the Game Boy Advance era. Sure, there was the Game Boy Advance SP, but you could still play Game Boy Advance games on the original one from 2001 that ran off AA's. And then you had the DSi, which had region locking, and I think 1 or 2 exclusive games, and a bunch of DSiWare games and enhanced features. And now there's the whole new, I think it's called the new 3DS, where what it's going to be is, you're going to get this amazing feature such as, I don't know, you're going to get, like, I think, a faster CPU. I don't know how much faster, because Nintendo never said it. And you'll be able to play Xenoblade, a game that's a Wii game, that's about as technically impressive as a PSP game on your 3DS. Yay, I guess? I mean, the PSP went longer without having something like this. You could still play any PSP game on an old PSP 1000. You can. You really can. And contrary to popular belief, where people would say, the best 3DS is to wait and buy another one, here's the thing. Nintendo's weird release structure means you might as well get in it as early as possible so you don't get burned by something like this. Oh, and another thing. I kind of feel bad for all those people who were buying another 3DS just so they could have the XL version, who went ahead and purchased the XL right after they did the original DS. I kind of feel bad for those people, because their 3DS XL just got rendered obsolete. And of course, let's not forget the whole system lock DRM. But let me end this video with this. In 2012, Nintendo denied rumors that they were going to release a new 3DS revision with a bigger screen. Guess what they did? They released the 3DS XL. Now what does this say about Nintendo? Them saying, oh, we're not going to be making a new version of your console, and then going around doing a 180 not long after and announcing a new console. A new revision of the console you already bought with better battery life, which you should have had since day one. That is all I have to say. And what does this say about Nintendo? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.